everybody, and welcome to the Liars Club. I'm Felicia Michaels.
And I'm Jessica Wellington.
And today we have interesting news, right? We're not at our normal place. We're actually at the Comedy Palace in San Diego, and we're part of the San Diego Comedy Festival. And we've asked two of our comedy friends to be here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they are thrilled. Jessica, why don't you go ahead and introduce everybody?
Sure. Over here to my left, my good friend. He's been traveling all over the country doing sets and trying to be funny. This is Mr. DJ Sandhu.
I don't need that. I had to set my alarm to get here by 3 o'clock. This is pretty much 7 a.m. for a comedian. And,
it must have taken you like 20 minutes just to comb and oil your beard alone.
If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
And in front of me, this gentleman, we met once at the Comedy Store.
Yep.
And then I saw him here Monday night. He won the contest.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. I didn't realize he had.
Yep.
Because I didn't win, and I was kind of mad.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God,
Sip
you
some
guys.
tea here.
But when I just realized that you did win,
Yeah.
because I had stormed out like a little kid.
Yeah.
Like a little baby bitch. Because she called me on the phone.
like,
She's
she's
oh, my God, I
mad.
can't believe it.
Yeah.
Little baby bitch.
I thought I was
can get
crazy.
fucked in the mouth. Jesus Christ.
Oh, the day's young.
Felicia's on a tear
This
today.
is Brian Glowacki.
Yeah, you got it. You
Yay.
nailed it.
Well,
And you're
welcome.
from...
Massachusetts.
yeah, thank you for saying that.
Yeah. Well, is that hard to say?
Yes.
You got my last name right, but then...
Massachusetts.
You say it very clearly. That's the most clearest I've ever heard anyone say Massachusetts.
It's because I don't have an accent.
Uh-huh.
Because I was raised by the television. So I... what's that? Like cable guy. I just got my accent from all over the place.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have that, like, that Boston... That's
Yeah.
the worst. It was voted one of the top 3 sexiest...
Second sexiest, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's
Wow.
voting on this?
Yeah.
People in prison?
That's a very good
people
question.
in Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
very good question.
it's so bad.
Yeah.
Are you a big Boston sports fan, though?
You have to be.
Can you do a Boston accent?
Yeah, if you're like...
Can you do
like,
a
you're no
Boston?
fucking cop. You know, like...
Can you do one like where you were trying to take a lady down with some sassy talk? How would you do that with a Boston accent?
I'd be like, so you want to go to the fucking... We're going to go to the fucking garden, kid. We're going to watch...
Olive Garden?
No, the fucking Boston Garden. We're going to watch the fucking bees, the Bruins, and then I'll take you out for a fucking slice, and then, you know, I'll
Bada bing,
fucking
bada
eat your
boom.
clam. No, I don't...
See,
Oh,
now
fuck
the
it.
joke
You
would
get
be,
me wicked hot.
Yeah, I'm hot right
Make me
now.
Wow.
wicked hot.
Like in Ted, they're like, let's go eat some Pepperidge Farm. That's like how they talk. It's like
Yeah.
a stripper. So there was an escort. Oh, I should save this. But there was an escort at our hotel room for some reason.
Oh, here?
No, not here. I'm married, but this is a couple years ago, a long time ago. And my buddy was, having relations with her, and she was like, your fucking friend won't even stay hard. And I've never laughed harder in my entire life.
You're like, well, did you try talking sexy to him? Because that's probably why.
Yeah, it's like, oh, harder.
Maybe
No,
just
it's
shut
bad.
up.
maybe it was men that took that poll. You
Oh,
know what
it
I
mu-
mean?
it
Like
must
that
have
were the
been.
police, I guess, as they would say. So this is what we do here at the Liars Club. We have two of our comedy pals come on. We ask them to tell 2 stories. One is the truth and one is a lie. And then Jessica and I will ask questions along with our on-air producer, Austin Walker. And we'll ask questions to try to punch a little bit of a hole into the stories just to kind of see which story is true and which one is a lie. GJ has played the game before, so he understands that. And I think because since you've played the game before, that you should start.
Yeah, and really quick, we just want to say that the views and the stories depicted on this podcast are not a reflection of the Comedy Palace.
I feel like she only said that because I was about to start talking.
Yeah.
Or maybe because I kicked it off by saying, oh, I want to be fucked in my mouth.
Yeah.
Which I felt that emotion when you did your Boston accent.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Can I say thank you? We have a live audience today.
We did.
Came
oh,
all the way from
yes.
LA County, I guess, or maybe Orange County. Mona Shar, who plays
Oh,
along
get out
online
of
with
town.
us. So cool.
Wow.
She watches us live on...
when we stream from
The
the comedy
computer.
store.
Oh, this is amazing. Well, we're going to get what you think at the end for sure.
Okay.
She's going to give it to us.
She'll give it to him.
Wow. I like that we're all on the same headspace. All right, DJ, your turn.
All right. You want the truth or the lie first? Just kidding. That's not how you
That's
do it.
not
You
how
just
you
give
do
a
it.
story, then the
Oh,
just keeping you on your toes. All right. So I was doing a show at Sacramento Punchline.
You said that really fast. You were doing a show at the Sacramento Punchline.
I was telling jokes at a comedy club in Sacramento called the Punchline Comedy Club, and the Cavaliers were playing against the Kings at this was at Still Arco Arena before the new spot had opened up, and.
Oh, I forgot. DJ likes to put a lot of locations and street names.
That's right. He did that the last time he
she
was
told
on
me.
here.
Well, it makes the story more believable when it has more details.
When we know it happened
right?
on Maple Ave.
Yeah, it has details that like it could really paint a story. Look, you don't fucking tell Stephen King how to write a book. Don't tell me how to tell my fucking stories.
Pounding the table,
Okay.
though?
All right, so
Rude.
All right, we'll get all the details out of it then. All right, so pretty much, I was doing a show at the Sacramento Punchline, and the Cleveland Cavaliers were playing against the Sacramento Kings, and so Matt Barnes, who was originally from Sacramento and was playing on the Kings at the time, brought LeBron James and a couple other people from the Cavaliers, because nobody knows who the fuck they are, to the show. And so after the show, we all hung out, had some drinks, and then me, Matt Barnes, and some unnamed, well, he has a name, just nobody cares what his name is, but he played for the Cavaliers, went into the green room with one of the servers from Punchline, who is no longer at the Punchline, for good reason. And we all did coke together, and then the no-name Cavaliers player did a line off of her titty.
Wow, good way not to ever work the Sacramento Punchline again. Jesus.
So it wasn't LeBron James.
No, LeBron James stayed away from all things drugs.
But he was
He
there.
is a saint.
He was there?
Yes.
He was with you?
Yes.
In the green room.
You hung out
Not
with
in the green room.
Oh, he
no,
was
he
out.
didn't go.
This
he
is after
stayed
the
away
show?
from the drugs and the trouble
So
as much as possible.
did he do? And by the way, Matt Barnes sounds like such a comedy name. When he said Matt Barnes, I was like, "Is that a comedian?" I almost asked that. But that's a basketball player, right?
Yeah, he
Okay.
does. He famously cannot take a joke. He
Really?
is an abusive motherfucker. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he does not have a sense of humor.
Is he redheaded?
No.
Yeah. And when
Why would that? Hold on. Don't
we're allowed
don't
to
just
ask
steamroll
any
past
question
that.
we want to ask. If she wants to ask that question, she's allowed.
I just think of redheads being defensive, especially redheaded men.
No, he is an African American. Actually, now you have something you would like to say about that, Jessica Wellington?
What's
your opinion on
was
them?
Was it during the show that he did the cocaine off the girl's titty?
No, it was after the show.
After the show, and LeBron James was
just
gone?
sitting at the bar top.
sitting at the bar by himself while his teammate was doing cocaine in the dressing room of the Sacramento Punchline.
Green room,
Green room.
not a dressing room.
Okay, my apologies. So
Yes.
where in the green room? Because I've been to that club many a time.
You were just there
Yeah.
like a week ago, right?
No, that must have been Maria
Recently.
Bamford. Anyway, where?
Oh no, you guys were at Comedy Spot. That's where it was.
Yeah. I actually once was working somewhere in Texas, and this guy came out, and he had been a club booker and owner for a long time, and he's like, yeah, and I was there with my friend because I was working in San Antonio, and it was in Austin, Texas, and at the club, the booker comes up, and he's like, I have you booked coming here in a month, right? And I was all like, oh, really? Oh, and I was thinking, maybe I missed an email or something like that. And then I'm like, yeah, okay. And he goes, yeah, I talked to your agent. And at the time, I didn't have a live booking agent. At the time, like I have one now. So I'm all like, and he goes, I talked to her, and I go, my agent. And then he walks off. And he comes back 10 minutes later. He's like, oh, my God, I thought you were Maria Bamford.
Yeah, well, then how do you respond to that? Like, well, thanks, Dick. I guess I won't be back.
You're like, but we're still
I
on
laughed
for a
at
month,
her.
right?
Yeah, I laughed
I
at
just
him.
cleared my entire schedule for next week. Thanks a lot.
Anywho, so was he doing the cocaine on her
Well,
breast?
it's a very
Where?
small green
Where?
room.
Yeah, but where?
Oh, the nipple
How do you-
or on
No,
the
no,
fatty
no.
part?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question too.
Yeah, no, that's what I was about to ask.
Okay.
How do you mean where?
Okay.
Like,
Both ways, geographically in the green room, and
or
then where
physiologically
on the lady.
titty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I like that she won lady. I went to.
I only do coke off the areola of the left breast.
Fair enough. That's
my-
a challenge. I like that.
I gotta have rules in life.
It's a good one.
Standards is what, what
There's
we
a,
like to call it.
there's a sofa, so she just kind of like leaned back on the sofa and had her
And
top
where
completely
were
off.
you standing at? Where
At
were
the
you
door.
standing? At the door?
Was the
Was
door
it-
open or closed?
Closed. Definitely closed.
And-
I have
That's
so
not a
many
door
questions
open kind
too,
of
but
an
I'm
Yeah.
not-
No, you're allowed to
Oh, yeah,
ask.
yeah, you can ask
Yes, you're
questions.
I
allowed
was
to
just
ask.
wondering why you were at the door. Like, were you boxing out the other Cavaliers players? Were
Yeah.
you holding the door closed so they couldn't come in?
No, well, there's when you do drugs, you're always a little extra cautious. So there is a lock on the door, but I still had my foot at the bottom of the door so that it can't open inward just in case. But also right next to the door is the little counter where the mirror is. You know, what I'm talking- like the what?
Yeah, the little
Desk?
vanity.
Yes, yes.
Desk.
Okay,
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
Whatever. And so we were doing it right at. The rest of us were doing it like gentlemen, just on the counter where you're supposed to, like an
Right
adult.
near, he's like, there's a perfectly flat mirror and a credit card, but we decided to do it off a sphere surface over.
And
the
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
other-
doesn't make any sense,
Yeah.
does it?
And how many people
But
altogether were in the
everybody,
green
like,
room?
Is this the first you've ever heard somebody doing coke off a titty?
no.
No,
not at all.
but we're trying to assess if this is the truth or a
But
lie.
there is a thing that
Said how many were in the green room?
Yes.
Just the four
sorry.
of us.
Okay.
if you're on the go doing coke,
For the cocaine user on the go.
Yeah.
you can like put it right here, and it's just kind of a curved thing.
Yeah, but it's
and then-
more like indented.
There's like a bump.
Yeah, you're
It's-
right.
you
Is
wouldn't-
there a part of the boobie that would be like this?
Well, if she's lying down, wouldn't her boobs flatten out a little bit?
Yeah,
when I
good
lie down, my
question.
boobs flatten out.
Yeah.
So you're
good
doing coke out of her
question.
armpit. Is
Yeah,
an older
where?
stripper?
Yeah. Did she
what
have
you're
big
doing.
boobs or little boobs?
They're pretty okay size.
Was her top
Probably
off
C's.
or her top was
Completely
on?
off.
Completely. And what did he say right before he did it? Was he like, "Hey guys, look at this"? I mean, if you're gonna do that, what did
No,
he say?
it was her idea.
What did she say?
She said, "Hey, do you want to do a line off my titty?" To which any grown man would say, "If you insist." No, it was completely her call.
Yeah.
This is two multi-millionaire basketball players,
Uh-huh.
and she's like, "Fucking
Yeah, but she's a punchline waitress. It's not like she's a. I
She
mean, nothing
was.
against
She
them.
was.
She was.
If this story is true.
If the story's true,
Yeah.
it's not like she's like a model or
They
some.
got cute chicks working at."
Oh, I'm not saying that at all, but I mean, I think
Also, there were no models available that were offering to do cocaine off of their titties, so she was the best option that he had at this moment.
Quick question. Was the show sold out?
Not even close.
Okay.
Nowhere near.
And so
Because I
LeBron
wanna-
James is just sitting there at the bar,
Well,
like, wonder what's going on
to
in
our
there.
credit, LeBron James wasn't on the flyer.
no, but
No,
we're,
I'm just
LeBron James was
saying.
doing LeBron
I'm-
James things earlier. And
I'm
he just
trying to
kinda showed up.
assess the sweatiness of this waitress if she was hustling to get to all her tables.
and that Coke will stick.
Yeah.
That's a
melt.
good point. Especially
she was just
when you're
kinda
in
like-
a building that has very good air conditioning and
It doesn't
no,
though.
it's-
It doesn't.
I've never sweat in that room. Have you sweat in that room?
Yeah,
before?
there's not great air conditioning in
I
there.
feel fine in that room.
Yeah, but you're always wearing a coat too. You're weird.
You're all coked
This
up
is
and you're not
true.
even sweating?
Yeah, I know.
hell's
This has
the
got to
matter?
be a lie.
Did you have your cocaine outfit on?
I feel like every one of my. Are you asking if I was wearing this outfit?
What are you wearing?
The white pants and the fucking velvet coat.
I wonder what feels better when you do cocaine if you're just in fucking pizza stained, elastic pants, or if you're all dressed to the nines. What
I
feels
think
better?
probably if you're dressed up because
Yeah.
it feels classy. Not that I know.
Feels
like
classy to go.
Feels like you have control over it.
2 minutes ago, you're like, what the pros do is they put it right here. But if you're classy. All right.
Oh.
Well, that's a good first story. I enjoyed that story.
Yeah, way to keep
Yeah.
it short. That was good, DJ.
Yeah, that was good. Your turn.
Tried my hardest.
Okay. I was single for a minute.
As most of us were.
Yeah, I'm a serial monogamist. So when I break up, I try to have as much fun as I can because I know that I'm going to fall in love real quick all over again. So while I was doing that, like my first time back out,
Have you been married before?
yes.
How many times have you been married?
I've been engaged 3 times. I've been married twice. Wow. Divorced once.
Do you have kids?
I have one on the way.
Oh,
Wow, bravo. Congratulations.
So anyways, while I was single, I was like, all right, just go out and have fun. So the first one out was like a Slumpbuster. And I was,
Please define Slumpbuster for the
like it was like just
children at
the
home.
layman.
just like you just take whatever, like, and I mean, it's not like I'm a prize myself, so you can imagine.
I let you hit. I let you fuck me in the mouth.
Get the cocaine.
I'm getting mouth fucked by you.
Fetch me my cocaine jacket.
By the way, with that beard, though,
I know we get stuck together.
Like Velcro.
Yeah. That's what I do. I shave the top and then I leave the balls hairy like that. Never mind. We're getting sidetracked. I went home with this girl. I had known her and she was always kind of flirty.
You met her at a bar?
Probably, yeah, through a friend. My buddy used to date her, so I'd known her for a little while. So I was like, this'll do. And we go home, and she's got money, so we go into her like really nice house and start hooking up or whatever. And then it was like, all right, this worked. We just hooked up, and then I left, and then I was sort of like, okay, this is just call her up and go over and smash. I found out like months afterwards that her boyfriend, I didn't know she had a boyfriend, that her boyfriend was hiding watching. So I like cucked him or whatever. Is that what it's called? Cucking?
Wait, on purpose?
A
Or
cuckold.
he was just home and then he was like,
That was
oh
his
shit,
kink.
no,
No,
here,
he
and
was
then
like,
he hid.
That's
he
his
was like,
kink.
yo, get him over here.
Oh,
But
wow.
aren't they called the cuck?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He is the cuck.
Yeah, he's the cuck.
He's a
I'm the
cuckold, so you are doing the
I'm
cucking.
the cucker, not
Yeah.
the cucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
God,
so
you
this
were so
happened-
emphatic when you said that. I'm the cucker. I'm the cucker.
I'm the cucker. But I didn't know, and one time I thought that I heard like board games or something falling in the closet.
She was like, oh, that's my cat.
Yeah, it was just like, what's going on? She's like, oh, don't worry. And I was weird about it. And then she also said that one time he was watching from the yard and pleasuring himself
In the
watching
front
through
yard?
the side yard.
I have a question.
Okay.
How did you find out that he had been hiding in the closet?
She told me.
And how did she email you, or you guys talked on the phone, or?
It was like Facebook Messenger.
And so she just Facebook Messenger and said, hey, that time you came over and we smashed, my boyfriend was in the closet.
No, because I had brought it up. I was like, oh, are you guys together? Like, I didn't know that they were still together. So I was like, just kind of asking them about their relationship. Because I know him as well. He's like, grew up in my town. So she was like, we never broke up. Actually, while you were coming over and stuff, he was like watching. And I was like, that's completely fucked up to do to
Well,
somebody.
if you would have got caught like that, that's a peeping Tom because you didn't know he was there.
But it was like her house, so it's not like he
Yeah, but
he
if you
had her
don't, if
permission.
you don't know
That's
he's
a-
there,
that is
a
a
peeping
sexual
Tom,
offense.
especially him outside
Really?
looking at you.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, it's exhibitionism.
I'm a victim.
Yeah, no, you are.
Yes.
You are a victim.
Finally, really? That's
You're
sexual
absolutely-
assault?
All right, think of it this way. If,
I got me too. Yes.
If I brought Jessica home
Yeah.
and you were hiding in the closet and I dug her out while you were watching, is that creepy or no?
Yeah, but I guess
Fucking
I never.
yeah. Right? So you were just Jessica in this story, and there's just a man in the fucking closet watching.
Yeah.
I'm confused because when you first started this story out, you were just like, oh, my friend had dated her.
Yeah.
He has
Yeah.
more than one friend.
No, I know, but so is that how did you know her and how did it happen and how close did you know that guy? That guy is the same guy that you're saying was in the closet.
No, this is a different guy.
okay.
I met him. I met her when she was dating a different guy.
Okay.
And how did you reconnect with her though?
So I'm
after
from
you
a
broke
really
up?
small town. So
So you just run into her at the grocery store?
or like at like a beach party or something like that, and it was just like, let's do this. And then
Like at, or you don't remember where you?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I don't remember.
By the way, you have very beautiful eyes.
Oh, thank you.
You're very
My
welcome.
one
He
routine.
does, right? Look at now because he's sitting
All right,
in the
everybody
perfect
in the
And you're
spot.
being
closet.
cut
Everybody in the
right
closet.
now.
Yeah. There's someone under the table. Yeah. Like I'm from a really
Wow.
small town. Once you know somebody, you just know
Right.
them. It was just part of the scenery.
Okay, but how was it?
Was the sex good?
No, it was really.
Did it
awful.
feel like she was trying to put on a show for somebody, or was she like in the moment with you?
Or would only
Ooh.
do like good poses with her body, cheating towards the closet.
No, there wasn't any of that going on.
Was there like a lot of moaning? You're like, this is
Yeah, was it
overboard.
loud?
I'm not that
No,
good.
because
it
I
over
always
loud?
get like embellished. You pay extra. No, I think it was just it wasn't anything that I would like. Looking back, it's nothing I would want to like watch. Probably, I didn't want anyone to know that this was happening. Never mind someone's boyfriend. But it was just regular.
And what view do you think he got of you? Like, where was the closet compared to where
You
you
know-
were? Yes.
Was it like the blind? You know, like you
Yeah,
have to
like
look through the.
like the slats,
Yeah.
yeah, and it was like a folding door with the slats.
I think
So
R.
he was
Kelly has a
watching-
song about this.
Do you think that he
In the
recorded it?
closet? In the
I hope.
closet?
I would think they probably recorded it so he could watch later.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where the legal act is. I don't think the legal act is watching, but recording.
I think
that's
it is
the
if he
watching
exhibition.
is
no,
still
that,
illegal.
that is illegal if he doesn't know about it. That's not. Yeah.
Nope, I've never gotten in
That's-
trouble.
So how was that? So what was your position in relation to the closet? Was it the closet like here, and then the headboard was across the room? So he got your butt, or was it from the side?
I think he got like a 3/4 view.
Oh,
The
okay.
closet was more back here, so he got like
Like a side view?
yeah.
Okay.
But who would want to watch that? That's
People
what I'm.
would
that's-
pay to watch that.
I'm worried now that there's a video. Now that you just said that, and
Sorry.
this is gonna make my career. This podcast is gonna make my
Look
career.
what happened to Hulk Hogan, dude.
Yeah,
He's worried that there's a very short video out there.
it's actually
Two
a
people having
Snapchat.
shitty sex.
It's short enough for a Snapchat.
There's a Vine story
Yeah.
out there
yeah.
with 5 seconds remaining.
I do worry about tapes coming up, like, but for me, it's like one time this guy, I got my car was getting hauled away because I had so many tickets on it. It was right in front of my house, and I run out and I say to the tow truck driver, I'm like, what can I do to make this stop? And he goes, you can go in and pay on the computer. And then I go in and I, last minute pay on the computer. I come out and he's about to get in his car. And I'm like, dude, I paid it. Blah, blah. And he goes, yeah, but it doesn't show up for me for like 24 hours or something like that. And,
like, why
and
didn't
then
you
I
just tell me
lose
to
my
do
shit,
that?
right? And I'm all like, what the fuck? You made me blah, 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 blah. And he very calmly takes a little camera out of his pocket and he starts videoing. I'm like, motherfucker. And I'm like, that for sure is going to come up somewhere. That's got to be hidden on Reddit somewhere.
That's not where I thought that was going when you said, "What can
Yeah.
I do?"
I thought she was
Yeah.
going to say, I mean, you
Well,
can
I
fuck me in the mouth. And,
I think Felicia was pretty
Well-
open about a lot of stuff. I mean, she posed for Playboy. She was a
Back
stripper.
in the day.
Really?
Back in
Yeah.
Slept with Sam Kinison.
the day. Yes.
In the same bed.
What?
Yes, no, in the same bed. We
No,
didn't have
it's not nearly
intercourse.
as exciting.
Because he was wore out from the last
Yeah.
guy on
Richard
the podcast.
Pryor.
Yeah. I need a night off.
Very funny. All right, let's go on. That's a great story. Let's go on to your second story.
All right, which one? All right. Okay. So, damn it. All right. This is why I don't drink tequila. Tequila makes me a bad person. I can do everything else except tequila. So we were in Seattle on a friend's bachelor party, and I set up a guest spot at the Underground Comedy Club with Jason Ressler headlining, and
I haven't seen him in a long time.
he's a great. He moved out to Ohio, I think now.
Oh, he bought a farm too?
Yeah.
Him and Johnny.
Wait, who?
Johnny Appleseed. Johnny
Yeah, Johnny Appleseed. Yeah.
he bought like a goat farm. Why am I
Pepperidge
forgetting his name
Farm
right now?
remembers.
From Sacramento. Johnny. I'm sorry, it was a
Strongly
bad
doubt
sidetrack.
that. Okay.
They're both farming now, still doing comedy.
Felicia Cattle Prod.
I know. I might be taking that part out.
So
Continue.
yeah. So we I set up the guest spot there. The whole bachelor party comes to see my guest spot, and then after that we go to a strip club. And when we're at the strip club, this girl comes to me immediately, and she's like, "I want to dance with you." And I was like, "Well, you want to dance with everybody? That's your job. Like fucking." I know this game. And I was like, well, we're here for my buddy's bachelor party. I would like to buy him a dance. And she's like, well, I don't want to dance with anybody but you. And I was like, well, I'm not here to get a dance. I don't even want to be here.
She thought you had oil money.
I don't know what the fuck she thought.
Or that beard.
Thought
Or
you were
that
a sheep.
I
beard.
don't know why she would think that. If I had oil money, I would have been able to afford better friends than this. Right? Like, nothing about
And
my
he wouldn't
group
have had his
of
friends come
humans.
see his guest spot.
Yeah, for real. Right?
If you even had comedy money, you wouldn't have your friends come see
Exactly.
your guest spot.
That's how early. Like,
Fuck oil. If you're
yeah,
getting
I'm
a
like
paid
3
hosting
years in or
spot.
something, like 3 or 4 years in. And so she's like, well, I'm just going to stand over here for the rest of the night until you finally decide that you want to get a dance from me. And I will not dance for anybody else. I will only dance for you. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. Let's see how that goes. And legit, she's just standing right by the entrance to the VIP thing. And dudes are coming up like, hey, can I get a dance? Can I get a dance? And she's legit like,
Waiting on you.
denying everything.
Bad for business.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
How
what
much
I'm
money did
thinking.
you make tonight? None.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, if she makes you fall in love with her, though, then you spend all your money on her.
Well,
so
so
maybe
now-
she's not.
She's playing the long game, the long stripper game.
Right. So now,
Felicia,
it's
that's
the last dance of the night. They announced it. They're like, if you're gonna get
So
it,
how long has this been going on with her and you?
We've been here for like 2 hours now.
And she hasn't danced for anybody else.
Nobody else.
Uh-huh.
She hasn't done any stage shit either. Nothing. She's been standing there for 2 fucking hours. And
And this is nighttime?
yes, not many bachelor parties start at 8 a.m.
It could have been, I don't know. I'm just double checking. It could have been lunch.
No, this is the last show of the night, and so I'm like, all right, you earned it. You definitely, like, you held up your end of the bargain.
See?
I feel like I owe you. So I go for the dance with her, and we get in the back, and there's they just have curtains in the
Stairway to heaven.
they just have
You're gonna
curtains
make
and like
this for a
separate
living.
booths in the VIP, and she just gets naked, takes my pants off, starts immediately fucking her in the mouth, and at that moment, the bachelor.
You fucked her in the mouth?
So at that moment, the
She
bachelor
fucked herself
is walking,
in the mouth with his penis.
Yeah.
Okay.
The bachelor's walking by at that exact moment with a girl that we had bought for him, and he's like, "Whoa, can I get that package?" And his girl's like, "Fuck no, that's not a thing." And then she sits me down, and she gets on top, and then she just starts going, and I'm like,
She had sex with you.
"Yeah." And so then we're leaving, and like
Did
I got her
was
number.
it safe sex?
No, this is why I don't do tequila.
Nice knowing you.
This is why I stay away from tequila. And so,
You might have a son or a daughter.
Or
Or
the
a
clap?
death wish. Yeah.
so a few weeks later, my buddy's getting married in Winnipeg, and I'm getting a text because I got her number because I was trying to get her back over to the house we were staying at, and
Because
we're
you
like,
wanted another ride.
yeah, obviously, and also because I was like, oh, you can make a few extra $100, like they don't want to stop being at a strip club, they just can't be at this one anymore. And she's like, oh yeah, I'll see if one of my girls wants to come over. And then she texts back, she's like, sorry, we did too much coke, we're not coming out tonight. I was like, whatever. A couple weeks later, I'm at my buddy's wedding in Winnipeg, and I get a text from her saying, hey, I'm late. If it's not yours, it's my boyfriend's. And I was like, and I tried to lie, and I was like, well, that can't be mine because I got a vasectomy. And she was like, okay, cool, we're good.
Fucking dirtbag.
Right. And then just because I wanted to gauge how she was going to.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And so she was like, all right, cool. Well, then it's my boyfriend's. No worries. Sorry to bug you. Hope I didn't make you panic too much. I was like, oh, fuck. She might be telling the truth. Like, So I was like, all right, I'll be real with you. I didn't get a vasectomy. I was just trying to gauge your reaction. And she was like, why are you just going around fucking strippers without a condom? And I'm like, why are you going around fucking patrons without being on birth control? Like, we're both at fault here.
Right.
I was like, let's not point fingers right now.
I hope her
she's
baby
like,
hears this.
She's like, okay, so
This
she's
is
like,
how
so
you
what
were
I need to
made.
do is we can do a paternity test. If it's yours, I'm getting an abortion. If it's his, I'm keeping it. And I was like, all right, fair enough.
Well, so she didn't really love you then.
This is how I find out.
You are correct.
So she's like, we do a paternity test, and I was like, all right, so what do you need from me? Like, I'll fly up there and we can go together, or like, what do you want? And she's like, oh no, there's a company that has an office in Sacramento as well. They have one here in Seattle. I'll go to mine, you go to yours, and then they send the results to the lab, and then we find out what's going on. And I was like, all right, cool, just send me the address. I'll head on over right now. And she's like, no, well, they don't take split payment, so I'll just pay for the whole thing. You send me $1,500.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to chance it. Let's see if it's my kid.
Oh my God, that's genius.
And-
Sorry, I guess
Yeah.
went up. My brain went totally somewhere else.
Strong
You think
scam.
that's genius?
It is that woman is a
Genius.
genius.
We've had a story
Brilliant.
like this on the podcast.
could have-
Remember,
I'm
Billy?
thinking like, well, that's why she was able to afford to not stand on, not do
that
dances for
is-
2
Because
hours.
she knew she could either
was like-
dance for $20 or she could fuck you for $1,500.
Yeah.
Wow.
She is playing the long game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many dudes did she fuck that day before you?
I don't know, but I got tested and I am
Raw.
clean. I've been tested numerous times. Since then, we're good.
Because
So
if
then
you-
what happened? I'm sorry.
Sorry, no, this is your podcast.
No,
I'm just
yeah, but no.
baffled here.
You brought up great points. No way. So what happened?
She just went away once I was like, I'm just going to
She
chance
never
it.
called you again?
Nope.
Did you? And you had her number.
I've called her and I've texted her.
Trying to get
And
back in.
she has never. Well, yeah, if I got a kid out there, I would like to know that. I would like to be responsible and be like, look, if I'm not a part of its life, I can at least throw money your way and fucking do what I can. Like, I'm not a total piece of shit.
Yeah. I guarantee she's got the Nuva
Just
ring
on tequila.
or whatever, and she's fucked 17 dudes that night, and 3 of them wrote her a check or Venmoed
yeah.
her
In the
$1,500.
week.
It's a
Maybe.
game of
Yeah.
numbers.
Right.
You
Yeah.
do it enough that somebody's going to pay you.
Wow.
Right, if you don't mind.
Good story, DJ.
If you don't mind waiting for 2 hours while the Motley Crue songs bump in the background, and you have to. That's the most patient stripper. They're like,
She
do you
knew
want to
what she
dance?
was
Want to
doing.
dance
Good
now?
move.
No.
She knew what she was doing.
How old do you
Genius.
think she was?
Dude, this is gonna get out.
Ooh, I
It's
have
gonna
no
change the
idea.
game.
She was young for sure.
Uh-huh.
She was early 20s at like most. Honestly,
Yeah.
like she wasn't.
Early 20s, playing that game early
Kind of
20s.
business
She-
sense at
That's
20.
that's
She
a that's
definitely
a
wasn't.
34-year-old stripper game plan right
yeah,
there.
that
Yeah,
is
for real.
entrepreneur
Yeah.
stripper
Young.
shit.
She might not have come up with it by herself. There might have been a Felicia Michaels there that showed her the ropes.
Hey,
And
I
Like
was
a
I
Jordan
was never a
Belfort with
dirty
strippers?
stripper. I was never a dirty stripper.
You weren't?
No.
She was just a
I
dirty
was
whore.
no, not
I fuck after work. Thank
just
you very
like your
much.
mama.
Oh man.
There's
no,
like
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I keep interrupting.
No,
I'm
that's
just
all right.
fascinated. I'm sorry.
No, that's it. I just want to say that's a very good story. I like that story. You had all your bases covered somewhat, but I am curious about her being so young because I think that's a little bit of a tip off that it might might not be true, but I'm not committing to that yet. So, anybody have any questions to DJ specifically?
sorry, what was the age, real quick?
Early 20s at most.
How long ago was this?
I was
This weekend?
Good night.
48 hours. No, let's see, I didn't have my beard yet.
So
Ew,
3
she
days
still
ago.
fucked you?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Did you get more
Yeah,
play
Jessica-
before
Jessica
beard or
knew
after beard?
Pre-beard DJ,
Yeah.
and pre-beard DJ was not a fuckable fella.
Really? Are you serious?
He looks better with a beard.
Yeah.
That's the politest way that you could have said that. Thank you so much.
Did you have that kind of style though when you didn't have that beard?
Ish, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I've always worn like blazers and dress shirts.
So, do you
Really?
think people that grow beards? I'll ask the two of you since you both have beards on. But you're doing it to like hide something, right?
yeah, because you're not wearing makeup ever.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
No. Hey, that's okay. That's all
This is
right.
men's makeup. That's all it is.
You know
Uh-huh.
how like women go, I decide, it's my body, I decide. Fat people go, look, I decide where my face ends and my neck starts. you don't get to choose for me. It's my neck, my choice. So I go, yeah, this looks like a reasonable spot to end my face. And then that's where it ends.
But, you know, some men, honestly, I think they do it just because they don't want to shave. It's just low maintenance.
I think for you it's low maintenance, but for you it must be a lot of work.
No, I
since
feel the
it's longer.
opposite. I feel like he does more maintenance because he trims
He's
it.
got lines he's got to keep up too.
Yeah.
I gotta brush it and oil it and this is the first time I've ever had a separate shampoo and conditioner in my life. Is once I got a beard.
Really?
Yeah,
It's like
This
a
is
built-in
much
ski
more.
mask.
You know,
Much more effort than
you
I
read that though that the beard has more germs than a dog.
What?
A beard has more germs than a dog. That's
That's a dog
Then an
where?
entire dog?
and then a dog, yeah.
What about a dog that fucks strippers raw?
That's complete crap. Then if that was true, then your hair would also have more germs than a dog. That would be all hair.
Right. It's like
Right,
phones.
yeah.
All phones have poop on them.
But I'm
They
not asking
guarantee
someone
that
to
will-
kiss my hair. You know what I mean? Like all.
Yeah, but you got it on your face too. Like you got germs everywhere. If you're worried about germs, you shouldn't be hooking up with anybody. I was not
All right,
worried.
Mr.
I was not worried about
strippers.
I wasn't worried about a germ one night in Seattle.
Yeah, like monk.
Isn't that crazy? So, but then what's weird is it's acceptable, and you want to kiss a dude that has a beard, but not to
Right.
lick a dog's ass.
Oh, do you now?
Yeah, but you know what? I love dogs.
We're gonna want to edit that one out because
I like dogs. I don't think that came out the way that she was trying to make that.
Hey, I made the audience laugh.
I'm like the audience.
You made 100% of the audience laugh. That was great.
Killing
So if there's one person in the audience, is it an audience? like what is it? All right. Well, I love that second story. I like that second story. How about your second story?
Even though I seem like a relatively clean-cut person, I like to do drugs every now and again. Not
Okay.
coke out of a stripper's ass.
that was not a stripper's ass. Nobody played with any strippers' asses in either story.
Really?
That was a cocktail server's.
So you mean to tell me she was right?
Breasts.
You didn't touch her butt at once?
No, definitely not.
That's a lie then.
I didn't.
Because you would
I
grab
didn't-
the butt.
I didn't
Yeah.
get. Oh, well, not butthole. Like the butt cheeks. Yeah.
You
No.
And then you
sneak.
touch your
sneak.
not the
beard.
butthole,
And then
though.
you touch. Oh, that was
count the
pre-beard
money.
though.
You count the money a
Where
little
the
bit.
beard oil comes from.
Anyways, so I had smoked weed or whatever, but the first time I did mushrooms was something totally different, and I didn't know like the
You
dosage
just
or
sounded so southern. I didn't know.
I didn't know. That's how hard I tripped. Is I put myself in a different region. But I did them, and I did way too many to the point where, they taste like shit anyway. So I got sick, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna throw up," and I puked. And I just remember being like, "Oh, I got them out of my system. I'm gonna be fine." And I was wrong.
Rookie move.
Yeah.
Very rookie thought.
I was so fucked up that at first it was okay, but then I remember walking into a room, and I was thinking there was like, you ever seen the movie Flight of the Navigator? You ever seen that fucking movie? I remember being like,
No.
thought I was in this movie. This is how bad it was, and then it got to the point where I thought I was a fucking snake, and I fucking slithered. I was like slithering around this party, and I slithered in. This is so stupid. I slithered, into the chairs, like my mom's chairs. And I got stuck because I'm a little chubby, so I was literally stuck in my mom's dining room furniture chairs. And she.
How were you stuck?
I was like wedged in. I couldn't get the chair off my
where
body.
was the chair on your body?
I got through this part, but I couldn't get any
So
further
your
down.
arms were through?
Yeah, like through the bottom
He,
part.
he was Winnie the Pooh into the tree.
I just wanted to know if it was just the head or if it was. So
Oh no!
this is,
But
this
I
is
have
painting
had
a
that.
picture.
I've had my head stuck in a rung of a fucking.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How come you just didn't stand up?
Because
He's
the
on
chair
mushrooms
was
on the
on
wall.
me.
He's a snake.
Stand up. Snakes don't have feet to stand on.
I could have come up like a cobra probably, but I don't think I was a cobra. I was more of a rattlesnake.
I was thinking more of like a garden snake.
Copperhead.
I just remember the panic
Nothing
that
with poison or
washed over
venom.
me, and so
How far away were people from you?
Oh, not far at all. Once they realized I was in there, fucking rattling away.
All right.
That's where I don't believe it. Because if I see somebody who believes he's a snake, I'm gonna be hella far away. I'm not.
No,
he's
everyone's
gonna
doing
get
like the point and laugh.
Yeah, not if you're their friend.
He's gonna
too.
get me
You're
in a
gonna make sure
long
he's
conversation
okay.
that I don't want to be in. And
People were trying to help me out of the
True.
thing, and
Right.
I was like in there. It was like
But were they all on mushrooms too?
some of them, not all of them. But it was just like a house party. So it was like people were drinking and stuff like that, and they're just like, oh, he's being fucking stupid.
It's the comedian.
Yeah, but it was long before that. So all my friends leave. They're like, fuck this, because they were afraid they were going to get in trouble. And my parents came home, and my mom had to break the fucking chair to get
What kind of chair was it? A wooden chair?
It was a wooden dining room chair.
It's a heavy
Had to
wooden.
break the chair.
Yeah, I mean, my parents do all right.
Was
so
she? Did she lose her shit on you when she was doing it?
She was panicking, and she
Yeah.
was like, "How can I help you?" And I was like, because that's what you do when you're a snake and you're in danger. You know,
So she was right though. Like, could you have stood? Did you stand up and the chair was just still on you?
there was no, there was no way to stand up. There was not
Was
that
the
it was too
dining room
heavy. It
chair
was just
that
so
heavy?
awkward. No, it was just the where it was on my body. I couldn't like bend my body to stand back up.
Were you rolling back and forth?
No, I was literally just in there like trapped. I couldn't do anything.
Were you on your knees?
So yeah, I was face down. My knees were touching
So
the ground.
how
and then my
long were
hands
you trapped there before your parents got home?
Ooh, I don't know because the like sense of time was a little fucked up. But it was long enough for like my friends everyone to leave, and they just left me there. So probably a couple hours. I don't know. It was probably like 10 at night when we did mushrooms, and they probably got home. You know,
Wow.
Oh, mushrooms are so great, huh?
Mushrooms are fucking fantastic.
they're great if you don't do
Awesome.
too much.
I've
Yeah,
never
I don't
done.
like doing
I've
too
never
much.
done mushrooms.
What was too much?
Yeah.
How much did you do?
Since doing like I don't know exactly what it was then, but I would say it was. I don't know. I probably did like more than an eighth probably by myself, which. I'm like, I don't have a great tolerance for drugs. Like, I smoked a little bit of weed last night, and I was over there in a fucking K-hole. So I don't have a good tolerance for any kind of drugs or edibles or
Recommended
anything.
dose is a half-eighth. So doing little more than an eighth will definitely
Make you a
the
snake.
vomiting.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've always heard that you should eat or you should smoke as much weed as you eat. Like if you eat an eighth, you should smoke an eighth of weed to combat the nauseation.
I wouldn't recommend that at all. Oh, I would not recommend
Maybe
that.
that's a Florida thing. I don't know.
I walked by somebody last night that was smoking weed, and I went, "Oh, thanks." And I was in here going like, "What the fuck is going on?" Because our weed in Massachusetts is just dirt
Yeah.
and leftover
Yeah,
shit from
Yeah.
the Mayflower.
It's actual marijuana. It's,
Yeah, this is for real out here. So,
yeah, this is a different. This is genetically engineered.
Wow.
so I'm not
Interesting.
good at doing drugs, but I do enjoy an occasional opiate. No, I.
Wow.
Drinking milk, Tums or like something like that, like any antacids, and taking a shit will help you.
How do you draw me a
Shorten your-
diagram on how I'm going to take a shit with a fucking dining room chair
Well,
stuck to
before you
my ass?
became a snake
Oh, right.
and you were vomiting,
And there's always
Right.
your
If you would
pants.
also-
But I was new at it, so I
Yeah.
didn't know. It's just
And what's
shit in
that-
your
just for
pants.
future reference.
How was the chair sitting? Where was the chair?
It was like at the dining room, but just pulled out a little bit.
So was the seat part on your stomach?
No, on your back.
I was in underneath.
Yeah, so it was on your back.
I was smaller than this, but
So
still.
you were at the bottom.
Yeah, but it's not just four leg.
Yeah,
It's not four
so
legs
like
touching the floor.
four
They're
legs,
like
but then
connected.
there's like the cross.
They have those little bars where you can put your feet up on or whatever.
Right.
He's in
So
between
you're
the
in
bars
between
and the
those.
butt.
The bars. I was in between the
Oh.
bars and the top. Like
Okay,
where you
I
would
see where
sit.
you
wow,
guys are
yeah,
stuck.
yeah.
I thought you were on like the back of the chair.
Okay.
You know, like this
Oh
part.
no! I did have my head stuck in that when I was a kid, and it
Yeah.
was everyone just same thing. Everyone just points and laughs, and then they just leave you there until you figure it out.
We're gonna let you sit on the booth side next
Yeah,
time
good,
just to be
thanks.
safe.
Wow.
Thank
Wow,
you.
I like that story.
Yeah,
I
so-
like that story. Why don't you do a quick recap of everyone's stories, and then because sometimes you forget because you get so wrapped up into one story, and then we'll make a vote.
Yeah.
All
Mama
right.
Char can vote too.
Yeah, Mama Shar's got to come get in on this. So DJ's story number one, he was doing a show at Sacramento Punchline, which translates to doing a show at Sacramento Punchline. Matt Barnes brought LeBron James and some Cavaliers to his show, and then one of the no-name Cavalier players did a line of yokaina off of some waitress's boobie, while the rest of them did it on mirrors like civilized gentlemen.
No, they
Counter
didn't
next
on
to
the
the
counter next
Next
to
to
the
the
mirror because it's connected underneath right to the mirror on the wall.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
meant. The mirror
correct.
Yeah.
stand thing.
Okay.
You don't know, you've never been there.
Never been there. I'm sorry. Not done a whole lot of cocaine off of mirrors or dressers either, so I'm inexperienced. Story number 2. He's performing a guest spot at a bachelor party with some guy not named Johnny. They go to a strip club where this 20-something-year-old insistent stripper who thought he was an oil tycoon or something pledged her love to DJ by only dancing for him. She wouldn't dance for anybody else. By the end of the night, he gives in. The girl gives him mouth love, then sits on top of him and starts to go to unprotected town. And weeks later, he's in Winnipeg, and she texts him saying she's pregnant, but he gets out of it with a fake vasectomy, then comes clean only to find out she's a scammer. And that's all of his stories.
Your
Wow.
perverted synopsis is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
Should we-
It's kind of true, but
Let's vote on you, DJ.
Mama Shar, what do you think?
Mama Shark, get over here. Get over here.
Can you come here so
Come
we can get
over,
you on
come
the
over.
mic?
Here, take my seat so you can be on camera for a second. Well, you know, so you're not like a
But you look
stranger in the
good.
night.
You look lovely.
I don't know how Mama Shar
get
even
credit
knows
for
that we're
wearing
here,
that
but
top and the pearls.
Yeah.
It's a nice outfit to showcase.
Yeah.
You sit right next to me.
I don't know how Mama Shar even knows we're here, to be honest with you. So this is very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facebook. Okay, first of all, no offense. All right.
Here we go.
This is about to get real offensive.
All right. Story number 2. Why would she pick you out at a strip club to have
Real
money?
offensive.
I'm
Oil tycoon.
sorry. But it's like maybe the Sheik, maybe Prince.
I've always
something.
dressed better than the people who I'm hanging out with, for sure.
That's
So
what
you
I
look like
was
you
gonna
had
say.
money.
Yeah,
Right.
because if
I've always dressed better.
if you're a stripper, you're looking at what the shoes
The
are,
bulge
what
in
this.
the pocket, but it's not the bulge in the pants.
Right. That doesn't
Right.
For a
matter.
stripper.
Yeah.
They
Right.
smell it on you like Jeepers Creepers.
Okay. All right. So okay, I can buy that. But the cocktail waitress, she had breast implants,
No.
so she had a little ski slope nip.
No.
No perky then.
No, they're perky.
22, but there would be a slope. if
The
they're
stripper was
perky.
in her early 20s.
The cocktail waitress was
Was mid-late 20s. She's like 27-ish.
no, so maybe
Over the hill.
bragging. Okay.
Okay, but where did you answer exactly where the coke was done on what part of the breast?
Oh, no, we kept joking after that.
Uh-huh. But what part of the
we never really got
breast?
to that.
What part of the breast?
It was, she was like leaning back a little bit. And
I'm aroused.
Okay.
And she pulled her beard out
so
of the way.
it was like up, like, all right, so like a direct line over the nipple, but like from like right here towards the nipple, but not all the way to the nipple.
So the green room is small. You've got 3 other guys. The girl is laying back, and the guy sniffing cocaine.
There are
off
4
her
people
boobie.
total.
Oh, so it was you and another guy, and then the guy and the girl.
So it was me, Matt Barnes, unnamed Cavaliers player,
Kyrie
and the
Irving.
girl.
Oh,
It was before before Kyrie, and so the way this thing is set up is there is a 3-person full-size sofa, and then that's on one wall. So all right, this is the green room, and it's pretty much to scale. Here's the door.
Okay, well, you have me because you said Matt Barnes. I don't think you would be dropping names if you were lying.
Okay, I like it. Okay,
all right, all
so
right.
you think that the second story is the lie?
I do.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Well, I think that you're correct, only because I've said this a million times, that I don't think DJ's as cool as he thinks. And
Wait, hold on. When are you saying this? Because this is the first time I've ever heard you say this.
now it's a roast.
A
Let's
million
go. I got a couple
times.
things I'd like
a
to say.
million times.
It's no.
Jesus
Don't be
Christ.
offensive.
Wow.
no, I said it at the Ice House. I remember clear as day.
Okay, one time, Jessica. That's
I
one
wrote
time.
it in my notes.
What
and
about
in
the
my
other
diary.
999,999 times? Jesus Christ.
I just don't think that a woman would try to trap you. I'm sure that you were dressed lovely. I'm sure that this happened to a friend of yours. And I don't think you would make a bachelor party go to do a open mic set or whatever.
Guest spot.
Yeah.
You got the guest spot money, son. Pass the hat.
desperate.
Get
I
that
just
pass
don't
the
think
hat
you
money.
would do that.
Okay, I think the story is, I think you fucking the girl is a lie. I think you were the guy walking by with another girl or just walking by and seeing that happen. And maybe it was the guy that had the bachelor party. Maybe that was that guy that was getting married where that happened to.
And I'd like to
I
point out
heard
that I
some
have
conspiring
never,
thoughts over here from Jessica about that story as it was anyway.
Right. I never thought, or I've never seen DJ in real life hit on a girl. I've seen him with one girlfriend.
Very true. I don't hit on women.
He doesn't.
Well, this woman hit on him.
She came to me.
Yeah,
But
did women hit on him? Have you
I've
witnessed
not seen that either.
But weren't
You see me with women?
weren't there some whispers amongst the host corner over here that maybe that story belonged to somebody else that was on
Billy
the podcast?
Anderson
Billy
told
Anderson.
that story. And was it true or not? I don't remember.
It was.
true.
It was the true story.
Uh-huh.
And I think so. And then the girl, they just conned a guy for getting an abortion that she didn't really.
Schmishmortion.
Yeah, that she didn't have, and then she got the $400 or $500.
No way.
Yeah.
40. Who's doing abortions for
No,
40?
$400 or $500.
Oh, Jesus. Fucking abortions you get. They take the feelings about it too. That's you pay extra for that.
Well, they're
Jesus.
free range abortions, and they're like.
So you think the second one's a lie
Wow.
too?
I
But then
think
again,
the second one. Oh, but the first
if
one
he's hanging out with
was.
basketball players and doing coke, that makes him cool too. So that might throw my.
I just don't buy LeBron James though. Since
But he
you've
was
questioned
just,
me,
He was just a small factor in that story, though, that he was just like in the room with the bar. Matt Barnes brought LeBron.
But
It
I
was
know what
an
it's like
art
after the
area
show.
of
But
the comedy club.
yeah, but when you're in the punchline after the show, it is fucking dead. Nothing's happening. They're cleaning up. You guys are doing cocaine.
Depending
and
on who it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been there with like Chappelle and Joe
Yeah.
Coy and Russell Peters,
You know
and
what?
it's like
But
everybody
you
stays
said
and
he
parties
just
there
sat
afterwards.
there. But you said he just sat there by himself.
You know what? I'm gonna change my mind.
No, I think I'm changing my answer too.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
because you know what? The stripper probably looked at you and said, "That naive guy."
What the fuck? Why can't I just be why can't someone want to fuck me? You know what? I'm taking this off of airplane mode so that you can look at my Bumble since I've just
No,
been in
we
this
can't do that. We
town.
can't do that. We can't do that. We can't do that.
my bumble.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's, I'm changing it.
Cool. Look at my bumble.
I'm changing it.
Fucking Christ.
I haven't gotten laid in a long time, so who am I to talk?
I believe everyone at this table, other than you, who has a baby coming, has not been laid for a long time. I
Yeah, the
don't mean
ugly
to
guy.
drag you into this, Mama Shar.
I'm changing it because you know what? You also named names, and that's
Names
risky.
in both stories.
Yeah, you did.
Not really.
I feel like you wouldn't risk the punchline
Right.
reputation on
So
a
I'm
true
changing it.
story.
Yeah,
I feel like
what
that's
I
the only
feel.
thing because
Yeah.
the only
That's a
thing we
lie.
give a shit
Yeah.
about, we don't
Good
care that we
point.
scam somebody out of their money or their baby or whatever. Like, dude, I'm not risking a booking.
Yep.
That's the only thing that comics give a fuck about.
Yep,
so
that's the
that's
lie.
Wow,
why.
you
That's the
even
lie.
changed our audience members' mind on that.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe if it was false, you would say Matt Barnes because it's false.
Right.
Well, and
Right.
Jessica did say that the first time that DJ was on, he was given a lot of street names and names of places. Did that end up tying into his false or true story? Do you
Well, I
remember?
had way more details in that story that I cut out because she brought that up, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll put only the important details.
All right, we're taking a vote right now. All right, so
Brian,
you're
what-
saying what's your vote, Brian?
I'm going to stick with the first story's the truth.
I think the first story is the lie.
First story lie.
First story's a lie. I think we're all on the same page. First story's a lie.
I'm going to say the second story is a lie. Fuck it.
The first story's a lie, but we have problems. But you and I are not okay, Jessica Wellington.
I'm sad that you raw dogged that stripper, though.
I wish the second story was a lie.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you totally got scammed.
It's like, great, you told the truth, but
No,
you're
I,
dead soon.
I didn't send any money over.
Right, no, but she was trying to
Yeah, but
scam
she was
you.
hella
Yeah,
trying,
yeah,
and she ruined that wedding for us.
And by the way, Billy
was-
Anderson's story took place
Yeah.
in Seattle as
Yeah.
well.
That's so weird because I was with Billy Anderson this whole last weekend, and we've been hanging out.
Uh-huh.
We spent hours together.
And
we
that
drove to
never
San
came
Francisco
up.
and back. None of
Why
this
would
came
that
up.
come
Wow.
up?
Well, I wonder
But
if
I
it was
would
the
like
same
to
stripper.
say that any woman out there that's watching or listening, that DJ, he is a commitment guy. He is a lover. He would love
Hold
you.
on. Anybody who is no, I am not at all. Please do not. I'm not.
Now all the
Don't
needy
spread
women
that
in the San
rumor.
Diego
That's
basin
the
are going to be all
nastiest
over
of them
him.
all.
Could I
I'm
say
not-
something real quick?
Sure.
To the punchline, I would love to do his dates that he's now can't. You should probably say there was no one doing coke at
Nobody
the punchline.
has ever done cocaine at the Sacramento punchline.
But I'll take his dates.
Ever.
Let's not get nutty.
No, I've never.
Let's
I
not
don't
get
know
nutty.
anything about any of the wait staff ever having done cocaine at the punchline. And I know
that was a
all the
good
wait
point you
staff.
brought up.
And I'm very good friends with the entire wait staff.
Do they have nice titties? No.
They
do
are all
coke
very
off their titties?
attractive women, and they are good friends of mine. And,
And
that
they're
is
hard
all I will
workers.
say.
Hard workers. All right, we got to move this
we
along.
gotta move
Let's
Yep.
do your
Here's
second.
Brian's story recaps. For story one, he's a serial monogamist but was single for 60 seconds. So he starts batting for Slumpbusters. This particular Slumpbuster had money, so he goes with her to her nice house. But months later, he found out per Facebook message that her boyfriend was hiding in the closet to cuck himself the whole time.
So he was a kinky stuff
Little
to watch.
Kinky
He's a
little
watcher.
fella. Had to watch it. He was above the love sponge in the world of Hulk Hogan's. The first time, this is story two. The first time he did shrooms, he did way too many and got sick. And then he thought he was a little snake, and slithered into his mom's dining room chairs. His friends pointed and laughed, but when his mom came home, she hulked the chair apart and set little Snakey free. So that's it.
Okay, let's just take a vote.
Felicia.
What do you think?
I think the drug story is false for two reasons. One, a very key detail that you had brought up numerous times is how much of a lightweight you are. So the fact that you did more than twice the recommended dose is not true to form for anybody who is a self-proclaimed lightweight drug user. And also, you did a lot of this while you're telling your story.
Tapping the
Oh,
microphone.
good eye.
And also on the first story, when we started bringing up the fact that you are actually the victim of a sexual assault, your face really changed, and you actually realized that in that moment.
Wow.
So
Wow. I'm voting his way.
So
you got me.
You think the first story is true about
Yes.
the cuck?
yes.
Okay, and Felicia thinks
I'm gonna go
Brian's
with you
first
on
story
that.
is also true. I think his first story is also true. Jessica.
Well, I just really want to say you got cucked. 'Cause that's
Well, he
how-
didn't get
he-
cucked.
No,
He-
he's
a
a cucker.
He
He's not the cucky. He's a cucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you personally got cucked.
No,
No.
he
No,
cucked
no.
somebody's
Yeah.
husband.
he was doing the banging.
No, the husband is the cuck.
He
Right.
got cucked. The husband got
So
cucked.
the
The
husband
He's a
husband is,
cucker.
yeah, because he's the cuckold. That's where that
the
comes
husband
from.
took a
yeah.
cucking.
He's the cucky. He's the cucker.
What do you think, Mama Shar?
No, his first story is false because if you're in her home for one time, how did you remember where the closet was facing and the bed?
I was there more than one time.
Yeah, because remember one time
Yeah,
he
there was
walked from
another
the
time where-
yard.
You are looking up, but you remembered the positioning of the closet. Number two on your story, I've done shrooms. I've done too many shrooms. I could be a snake.
Yeah.
In a chair.
I love it. I love
it's
it.
like, yeah. So
I'm
I
going to
say
take your expert opinion because I've never done mushrooms.
Yeah, I
and
haven't
I'm
either.
going to say that you were a snake and you were not a cucky.
Cucker.
Cuck.
He's a cucker. God damn,
So that's
Jessica.
everybody?
He's the cucker.
So for that, Felicia and
yeah, but
Austin
that's
and
good
DJ.
point.
So you think the first story is true that he's a cuck?
No, he's not a cock.
That,
He's a
he's the
cucker.
cucker.
How many
Sorry.
times do we need to
It's
clarify
Jessica's fault.
Okay.
This is a sex
That's a
positive
good
show.
argument that you made. I'm switching my vote. I'm going to say that the first story then is false and it's the second story that's true. He is a snake.
Felicia, Jessica, and
But I think you're right.
And you two think that his first story is a lie, and then the
Yes.
rest of us think that the first story is true,
true.
that he was a cucker.
Yes.
I think first story true.
Yep, that he was Hulk Hogan.
Okay. The first story is true.
He's a
which
cucker.
is that happened. The second story is also something that happened to my buddy. that I broke the chair, and I've since done mushrooms, but not to that extreme, and I've never had a bad experience
So
with
that
mushrooms.
you did have a good point.
That was exactly what I thought.
I just do a little bit of mushrooms.
I
and
felt
I'm
like you were
okay.
at that
Yeah,
party,
yeah.
but you weren't the snake.
I helped the chair, but I
just wanna-
definitely have some.
But for the
explaining to
first
do
time
to
telling
myself.
that story, you do a real good rattlesnake.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you guys for coming along and doing the podcast. Thank you, Mama Shar. Thank you so much for participating.
Everybody,
Thank you very much.
Look for Mama Shar's book on Amazon. It's called Jesus and the G-Spot. So,
Okay.
Wow.
best-selling author. here.
And other
Mom like
tales.
this. Oh,
Other
no,
tales of one gardener.
Two things that men have been looking for quite some time.
Neither one of them exists.
Trying to find
no.
Jesus in the G-spot.
Where can people follow you at, DJ?
Twitter and Instagram at DJ Sandhu 20. That's DJ SANDHU 20. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then from there, you can stalk me in real life.
Okay.
I'm just at B-Glow Comedy on everything, or you can check out my podcast, the Cantankerous Podcast, was just all things grumpy.
Oh, and you didn't invite us.
Well, my podcast partner didn't make the festival, so
Well,
we're just doing it alone.
no, thank you so much for
Thanks for having
spending
me. This is
time
cool.
and coming out, both of you, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We appreciate it. And what about you, Austin?
The Austin Walker on everything, but more importantly, please follow our Instagram, the Liars Club 1, and our Twitter, Liars underscore Club, I think is what it is. And our YouTube is really important, the Liars Club. We're going to start streaming on there all of our stuff, and we stream live from the Comedy Store's YouTube every Monday and Friday. So keep an eye on that, please.
And we'd like to throw a huge shout out to the San Diego Comedy Festival and for the Comedy Palace for hosting our podcast today. And check this festival out, if not this year, then next year. And Jessica has been performing and will be performing also along with Brian and DJ here at the festival. And you guys have been awesome. I've been Felicia Michaels, and you can catch me all across the board as Felicia Michaels on social media.
Yes, and please check out her movie Pervs.
Yes.
It's on Amazon now. It's amazing. It's got all the big names: Joey Diaz, Felipe Esparza, Lori Kilmartin. I mean, on and on.
It's
Sam Tripoli.
Paul Provenza. All
Leave a review on the Amazon shopping site. You can't do it from
Please.
the Prime streaming site, but the shopping site. Leave a 5-star review after.
Thank you guys for saying that.
Yes, and you can follow me at Jess Wellington 2 on everything. And you have been lied to.